Good afternoon. Let's do this in order. Who's this? Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. So, off the top, listen to me. I made a video earlier today about where do we go. Okay? There's 33 people in here. I expect a number of you to do this. Okay? As many of you can, you should. Unless there's a good reason you're not on YouTube. Okay? Regardless of what happens with TikTok. Okay? So I can say it. I don't know what's gonna happen. That's the correct thing to say. Okay? Rah. Okay. Deborah Molinex. Okay. It's in my best interest. It's in your best interest to convert you to YouTube. Why? Why? Um YouTube is going to have better sound. Okay? So let's say the first thing I would say is people on TikTok and other platforms are going to have a problem with decreased sound quality because I have to talk into my cell phone. And I've got a headset set up and sound will be fine until my ears start to get uncomfortable and I have to drop my ears because my ears start to hurt where this is hitting my earpiece. So I'm asking you, I will sit here in pain, right? Click on the link in my profile, go to my YouTube page, subscribe to that. People say the sound quality is better. Also, you know how I have to restart my shit every show like 3 times on TikTok? I don't have to do that at all on YouTube. So you just can listen to the whole show front to back without actually having to stop. And then when I post a link in the chat, instead of you having to copy that and paste that into a browser to get somewhere like you do on TikTok, you can just click a link in YouTube's chat function. And I'm sitting here posting the same links I post in this chat, I post in that chat. But here's a crazy thing. For those of you that have been following along, that have been listening to my show for a long time, hey, TikTok hides the links. Yeah, there's a reason we're on TikTok right now. Okay? We go where the correct place to be is. Yeah, I Heather Williams in my YouTube chat says she converted from TikTok over to YouTube and she said it's pretty nice, not going to lie. She says the sound quality is better, right? And I'm not getting banned and restricted on YouTube. And the link is in my bio. And I'm going to spend a portion of the beginning of every show saying, link in my bio, go to YouTube, subscribe. We already have like over 1,000 subscribers, so it's not like you're the first person to jump ship. Like, just do it. Like Nike. Okay? If there's like a good reason, if there's a good reason for you not to go to YouTube, like the one-off person, yo, just eat it. Don't don't feed into that. Holy shit. Your anecdotal experience should not shape everyone's fucking decision. What I'm saying is I think it's better for you and it's better for me. And if it's mutually beneficial, then we should definitely be fucking doing that. I'm not talking about money. I don't care about money. I care about what is best for you and what is best for me. People say the sound quality is higher. TikTok tells me when I should join your waiting room on YouTube. Huh. Okay. So if the sound quality is better, if the show's not getting interrupted, and on my end, I'm broadcasting through OBS's software on my PC to YouTube, and I have to basically scream into my cell phone for you to fucking hear it on TikTok. So, and it's also I have to like crane my neck and shit. And again, we're gonna do it. We're gonna co-stream. We're gonna be live on 2 platforms, which is insane, right? Most places, most shows you ever watch, you can only watch that in one spot. You got to have a subscription or pay for some kind of service and shit like that. Okay. I'm always on YouTube and TikTok at the same time, co-streaming. Yep, and it's in the link in my bio, and I'll post the link to it in the chat. But hey, while we're getting to it, okay. Here, this is you should go here. That's the live version of this show on YouTube. I posted it in response to Valerie's comment. Is a YouTube link. Okay. Oh, she's doing a suture. Well, take care of yourself. Okay. So like I said, it's in your best interest to convert to YouTube. I'm going to spend a considerable portion of every episode saying, why wouldn't you just do that? It's better for you. You're being hard-headed if you're not listening to me. Hey, Tanya Ivy said, I just went from TikTok on here. It's better quality. It's a smaller chat room. There's less people, right? Okay. There's already 11 people in there. There's like 38 in here. There's no reason that you shouldn't just. Why wouldn't you listen to me? It's my show. I'm telling you where to go. Are you afraid I'm going to know your name? Come on. I'll put it like this. This is how I know I'm trustworthy. Our furnace went out, and I'm due to start a job a week from yesterday. Okay? And I had a situation where basically, for some reason, my wife and I applied for a new furnace. And you had to both have a 650 beacon to qualify, and we didn't both qualify. I don't know what the fuck. I'm fine with it. We're past this. But I want to tell the story anyway. So there was also a different option that we didn't take right away that we ended up taking. So there, I told you the end of the story at the beginning. We ended up taking the fucking worse financing option with a down payment, and then you pay more a month. That was it. Which I didn't want to do because we didn't have the money. So we'd have to ask somebody to sign for us and for the money. Why the fuck would I do that, right? So, yeah, it's nice here. So, we ended up paying and getting a new furnace installed. Okay. And in the process, I had posted on the internet during a live that I need someone to sign for me to get a furnace. Okay. I said that 3 fucking times. I just need someone to sign for me. I'll pay it off within the year. It'll be a blip on the radar on your credit. I'm starting a new job. People make between $130,000 and $250,000 a year in my position. And so I'm definitely going to have the money to pay this off, right? And I had fucking 6 people send me their fucking information, all of it. TikTok shop, TikTok shop, TikTok shop. I got this story out of the TikTok shop. 6 people just sent me everything. Half of them, like 3 or 4 of them, also knew their fucking credit score. Like to the letter. I have like a 780. Use mine. Now, I deleted every one of them fucking messages, but I did show my wife. She fucking saw that shit and was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Okay? So if I'm asking you, so think about that. Think about that. 6 people gave me everything. Do you need a credit card to put that on? All of it. Do you want me to sign a check? I'll buy it. I'll give a fuck. That shit happened. I had to decline that. It was too much. I couldn't fucking I wouldn't be able to sleep. Had to decline. Discretion is the better part of valor. Don't ever forget I told you that. I'll say it again because some of you need to take fucking notes. Discretion is the better part of valor. So being able to be offered help and understand what level of help you're at and need when you are making decisions, it's important to understand I'm never going to tell you to be always say yes, always say no, always take help, always refuse help. On that, you got to have some decision making process. You got to think about what is in your best interest now, in the short term, in the medium, and the long term. You got to have fucking realistic expectations out of shit. Understand, I didn't think I was going to get fucked. That's not what I was thinking about. When somebody's giving me their information and they know their fucking credit score and they're willing to co-sign for me to get a fucking furnace, I am not at all worried about. Nope. How the fuck am I going to receive someone's information to add to a qualification so I can get a furnace and it hurt me? You're not thinking clearly. I'm thinking about me getting it and them coming and taking it out when I don't pay for it. Pinkertons type shit. If you don't know what that is, fucking figure it out. Okay? So there's a reason we didn't accept the abundance of help, and it's because we made a phone call, found out what our options were, and was like, oh, we need like $370 down, and we could get a brand new fucking furnace installed. And then check this out, because I have tons of community. Okay, because we've had tons of community help us get through the winter. I can't tell you what it's like done for like quality of life, right? Oh, I was gonna say, because I live on Karma. This live's not playing on it. Yeah, I'm in it. I'm in it. I'm in my life. Refresh. Go to live. It's playing. I'm in it. I'm in the YouTube chat. You just might not. So I've been telling y'all for a while like I'm broke, right? I ain't got no money. But in this life, I rolled a fucking 10 on luck and 10 on karma. And that's like mixing a couple different genres of video games. But deadass, they came out to install a furnace, and we had to do what we could do, right? We had to. I don't think we got the highest end one. I think there was like a $12,000 or $13,000 furnace, and we didn't buy that. We bought the fucking $8,500 one or whatever, right? And it was a Rheem. It was the same company that we already have. It was just going to be brand new. Tell me why the installers showed up with like a $15,000 carrier unit and installed that shit in 2.5 hours, blazing. Walked out of my house at 11:30 and was like, "Yeah, they had to upgrade your shit. We were out of a bunch of them." Like, do you know how much a fucking carrier for 3,000 square feet cost? Get a fucking estimate. Get somebody to come out there and give you an estimate for it. 15, 16,000. With the warranty and all that shit. Now, is it luck? Is it karma? I don't really know what to think. I think it's insane luck and karma. Yes, I believe that. I believe that. I would rather be broke. Because when we've it's karma. It's karma. And so it's record fucking cold. And there's a reason I'm talking about a furnace. There's a reason I'm talking about a furnace. It's not all like, look at me with my new furnace. Like, holy shit. No, a whole bunch of people are gonna unalive. They're having like some of the craziest fucking weather. First year over 1.5 global degrees Celsius increase average temperature. Global warming is upon us. That's the tipping point. Just so everyone knows. 2012 type shit. You're where you and I'm dead ass looking you dead in the eye and telling you, my house isn't going anywhere. From now in the next 230 fucking years, it ain't gonna be my house. But a lot of y'all need to fucking move yesterday. You are in danger, boo-boo. And you know it. And you know it. If you live in the southern part of the United States, you live along the coast in the United States, get the fuck out of there. Dead ass. Before something real bad happens to you. Or you've lived through that enough. Don't you get tired of that shit? Don't you get tired of rebuilding your fucking deck? Or your house? Right? And the worst part about it is, when you live in a dangerous place to live and you have pets, you are subjecting your pets to the worst kind of unaliving. Being abandoned. I'm playing on your human emotion and your ability to make conscious decisions while you still have a fucking chance. While we have any chance to survive this, get the fuck away from the coasts, get out of Texas, get out of Florida, get out of these red states, get the fuck away from them. I understand that Indiana is a red state, it doesn't have to be, and we can fix that, and I'm injecting myself into politics. It's happening. It's going to happen. Okay? But for you to stay along the coast in the United States and in the South and in the southeast part of the United States, specifically Florida, Georgia, the Carolinas, fucking Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, for you to stay in those areas and have pets and a disaster strikes, you are potentially subjecting your pets to the worst kind of death. Abandonment. Yeah. Your best bet is the Midwest. The upper Midwest. Okay? That's Pennsylvania to Colorado and north. And obviously your northern coastal states, the Northern California, Washington, Oregon are fine, right? There's some iffy shit. There's some iffy shit going on in Utah and the Dakotas, so I'd be fucking for real. Avoid. Hard avoid. Hard avoid. Utah, South and North Dakota. Possibly Wyoming. Okay. Possibly Wyoming. That's where they filmed Deliverance. That's supposed to be a fucking joke. If seriously though, like if 100% of my material is serious to you, you have to like lighten the fuck up, dude. Like I was playing on your emotions. Okay. Yep. Yep. And all it takes is a livable city center, and you can attract a large group of blue voters that'll actually make changes and want to make the world a better place and shit. Okay. So I wanted to start my podcast talking about my furnace so that I could say like a bunch of people like you got to check on disabled people. You got to check on people that you know. Yeah, you're fine, Heather. So Morty, that sounds amazing. I fucking love Chicago, but I have pit bulls. I have 3 pit bulls and a German Shepherd. They're all like three of them are all the same age. Here's the thing we've realized: we are trapped here and can't go anywhere until either those dogs unalive, TikTok shop, TikTok shop, TikTok shop, okay? Or we can't go anywhere until they unalive, or they have to all go through obedience training because they're literally the worst. Like, I'm pretty sure half of my dogs are not I'm not gonna be able to take them on walks when the weather, like, I've tried to walk all of them, and I think only 2 of them I can actually trust outside the house on a leash. So before we go anywhere, make any plans to do anything, I don't think we're going anywhere. Okay? I think it's most logical for me to stay where I am here in Indianapolis, Indiana. I've been here for more than 20 fucking years, right? There's not many white boys can say they lived in, yeah, right? They're the fucking worst. Oh my God, they're horrible. They're angels. The thing about it is, they're angels to me. My dogs, fucking great animal. Like, I did so good. To other people, though, oh, mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. My dogs don't know boundaries. My dogs don't understand that, like, not everybody you can jump on. You can't jump on everybody. I got a 95-pound German Shepherd that straight up jumps on my chest. I'm 300 fucking pounds. Otherwise, I'd be on my back 2-3 times a day, just getting run the fuck over by a German Shepherd. Yeah, yeah. And I have to like brace, and I'm like, Ern, what the fuck? Like, you're gonna take me down, kid. And she'll just jump on you back to back, and I'm just like, I can't have people at my house. You get trampled. I what do you want me to do? They don't know boundaries. Like my pit bulls will push me down into a chair and then jump on my lap and sit. What are you gonna do about that? What are you gonna do about that? Nothing. You're gonna let it happen. And if you're smaller than me and you come to my house, oh honey. Like, I had to tell the Schmalise when they were at my house, if you guys ever come to raid me, you need to call me first so I could put the dogs up, because otherwise you gotta wade through like 4 dogs, and they're terrible. They're the worst. I mean, they're great animals, but like, oh my God, yeah, yes, yeah, they're very loving, but they are fucking protective. Like my pit bulls, they don't scare me. I'm not afraid of them. I'm afraid of what they'll do to other people, especially kids. Right? And I'm not the same way. All dogs can jump on me. You can jump on me, I can handle it. Okay? Yeah. And again, I'm not unhappy. I'm not unhappy. I'm not unhappy. I'm just pointing it out. If I'm going anywhere, them dogs gotta get trained. As they are not ready. So, people are wondering, well, let's start our show. We start our show thinking about everybody in this weather. TikTok shop, TikTok shop. People are going to muerte. So we should reach out to the people that we know that are fucking disabled and immobile, especially like disabled veterans. Like, if you know any, you need to reach out. If you need something to do and you're getting bored, you COVID is back, so I would just stay the fucking home. But so yeah, we've definitely made a home here. The house next door to me is for sale. So if you love me so much that you want to be my neighbor, Mr. Rogers, um, the house next door is for sale. Very low maintenance unit. So if you weren't really looking to do a whole lot and you just want to be a homeowner and you just want to be my neighbor and you want to get the fuck out of where you are, the house next door to me is for sale. Okay? We could be neighbors through the apocalypse. Um, and I wanted to post this conversation that I have, so you could see how to have a conversation. Because a lot of people have come to me and they're like, how do you have conversations with people? Okay. So this is a conversation, and I'm absolutely tooting my own horn. I have a podcast. If there's anything that we're going to do in this show, it's toot horn. Good to go. Like, if you were expecting something else to fucking happen. This shit here was trash. I fucking hate it. Okay. I just want to say I love you all. You've shown your dedication, patriotism, considering where we're at. Now that we're closing in a long Trump 4-year term, I'm not want to forgive or forget. I don't give up. I can only speak for myself. Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, what? So I post. I want to address your last sentence. I can only speak for myself, but will continue to annoy and organize the upcoming administration, just doing my part for our vision of America. Oh, they actually... Okay. I responded to this compliment. All right, so this comment here. Keep in mind, more than half the country did not care enough to vote. Okay. So and he changed it. He edited that. It initially said half of the country voted for Donald Trump. Okay. Hey, Meta platforms are dropping points in the stock market today. To be continued. And so I was talking about how half the country did not vote for him. Okay, less than a quarter of the U.S. population voted for him. He also failed to capture more than 40% of registered voters. Did you see how I was like ammed? This is before you consider election fraud and interference, which is, yeah, I was going to say. Hopefully, one of the matriarchy got the shrug there. Elizabeth Warren's go. Oh, we fucking know that. All right. So I just want to make sure that we don't ever say, if you're a part of my community, I don't want to ever hear you say half the country voted for Donald Trump. Because that's fucking stupid. I'm going to repeat myself. I don't want to ever hear you say half of the country voted for Donald Trump. That's not fucking accurate, man. My hat literally said the dude abides. You see that shit? See that shit? It says the dude abides. So half of the country didn't vote for him. About 24%, less than 1/4 of the U.S. population voted for Donald Trump. So, for the record, 76% of the U.S. population did not vote for him. Oh, honey, they say it all the time in conversations, and I didn't mean honey disrespectfully. Keep that in mind. Most of the people that in my comment sections are women, so I have abridged my fucking name calling to female oriented. Do not take that personally. It's just the way it works. My grandpa called everybody honey and sweetheart. He called men sweetheart. He was like 6'3" and a fucking truck driver, so like nobody's really pushing up on that. But like he really got away with calling grown ass men sweetheart my whole life. Anyway, yeah, he drank like gas station coffee. You know what I mean? Anyway, so yeah, when people say like half of, yeah, we do know you mean I love. I have every now and then I got to be like, I'm not a sexist pig. I fucking promise. Like I was raised by well-meaning people. Swear to God, they could be fucking racist and horrible, but I gotta like eventually call myself and be like, God damn it, like I'm doing everything but calling grown-ass men sweetheart. So, people say it all the time. Is what I meant. People say it all the time. Half the country voted for Donald Trump. Less than a quarter of the population voted for Donald Trump. And then also, he failed to capture 40% of the electorate. So that means 60% of people that are registered voters did not vote for him. So I want to make sure that everyone understands. A quarter of the U.S., less than 1/4 of the population, less than a quarter of the U.S. population voted for this. And he failed to capture 40% of the electorate. That means 60% of the people that registered to vote in the United States did not fucking vote for this. Okay? Here's also the truth. You want to know what else is true? I'm about to break your balls. You fucking cheated. So, this is all before you consider you cheated. Yeah. Ain't that fun how math works, kids? Less than a quarter of the population voted for that. He failed to capture 40% of the electorate, and that's all before you consider that he fucking cheated. Oh yeah. You understand, if he gets inaugurated on day 1, it's over. I'm telling you, listen to me. He is wannabe Thanos. He's wannabe Thanos. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's going to get in office on day 1 motherfuckers become political targets. Its shit is on. Like, fully weaponized DOJ, witch hunt, witch hunt, witch hunt, fucking scarlet letter, scarlet letter, scarlet letter. I'm telling you, hell on earth for like a bunch of political enemies of his. And that's an if. That's a story I got out of TikTok shop. That's an if. Day one. Okay? If he gets inaugurated, he never comes out of power. Okay? Okay? So whenever someone says half the country, right? Half the country voted for this. No, they didn't. They actually did not. 76% of the US population did not vote for Donald Trump. 60% of registered voters did not vote for Donald Trump. Now, I understand that on election night, the shit looks so fucking grim that they were pushing that mandate shit and that blowout shit. Okay? And that shit didn't happen, and that's before you consider. Think about this. Think about this. They were fucking crushing on election night, and this is because TikTok Shop told me that Putin and fucking Elon Musk and Donald Trump could not pass a US government course. He's not eligible for the job, Garrett. Suspend your disbelief, man. He's literally not eligible for the job, and he didn't sign the paperwork. You didn't pass a background check, Garrett. You can't pass a drug test. You don't get the job. Do you understand the correlation here? He's not eligible for the job. He didn't sign the fucking paperwork. What the fuck are you talking about? How is he going to be kept from getting inaugurated? Like, what do you mean? Rules? Laws? Who's going to enforce it? It's self-enacting. He's just not eligible for the job. So when Kamala Harris walks up to the podium and says, as the vice president, as the president of this election, I cannot certify Donald Trump as president of the United States due to the 14th Amendment, Article 3, he's ineligible. Since he's ineligible, that means that he can't be president, J.D. Vance can't be president. As a result, they concede the election. To me, I'm the fucking president, and Tim Walz is the vice president. Suck a motherfucking dick, bitch, and walks off the stage. What are you talking about? I understand that, yes, Jared, yes, that's what I want, yes. Yeah, I want it to be Kamala Harris. And you know what I want to happen? I want Man at the Garden to start playing as she fucking walks off the fucking stage. That's what I want. You asked me what's going to fucking happen. I told you. Girls by Beyonce? I don't know what's after fucking platinum. Dark Matter 12 times or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what. Literally, the lights dimmed in my house. What the fuck? Is anybody a psychic? Does that mean anything? That was wild. But yeah. Yeah, girls gonna make bazillion fucking dollars. Somebody said thoughts on the 19th. Not as volatile a day as the 18th. I am like super nervous for January 18th. Yeah, did you see the fucking lights dim in my house when I said that shit? I felt the fucking furnace kind of go, excuse me? Somebody said I saw that. It's just true. So yeah, it was true. It's like the birdie landing on the podium and shit. So people are people are starting to pick up. Wait a minute, what are you talking about? January 18th. There are two marches in Washington D.C. There's a women's march and there's also the Freedom March, and so tens and thousands, hundreds of thousands of people descend onto Washington in protests, like the Women's March and this Freedom March. And also on the 19th, Donald Trump's holding a rally at the Capital One Center right up the road. And I can see a situation where a bunch of MAGA are flying into town, right? And think about it, they're not doing shit till the next fucking day, right? So they get into town and start. They've been drinking pre-flight, drank on the flight, got unruly on the flight. They were talking all that shit on the fucking flight, and they touch down in Washington D.C., light their fucking torches, go outside, and what the fuck did you just walk into? It's a goddamn scary scene. Okay. I'm the thing about me is you don't got to worry about me being wrong. Okay. You ain't got to worry about me being wrong. Because I ain't even fucking worried about January 19th or the 20th or the 21st or the 2nd or 3rd or 4th or 5th or 6th, 7th. I don't give a fuck about none of them days. I'm really worried about people that don't look like me on January 18th in Washington, D.C. We got a warning for that. I got a warning for that. Fuck TikTok. They want the violence. That TikTok wants violence. That's why they did that. Their AI gave me a warning for speaking the truth, for saying I'm worried about people that don't look like me. It's not showing up on my page yet, Janice, sorry. It's not showing up on my page, but it was like warning. They know. They know I know. I'm not stupid. I wasn't fucking born yesterday. I got that story out of the TikTok shop. Y'all sold it to me. Mm-hmm. That's why we got to stop using Meta. Stop using Facebook IG threads. Stop it. Unless your business requires it, and then understand that until you can get out from under the boot of capitalism, we will all be stuck under it. Do you understand? Yeah, but I hate this fucking app. Okay? I hate this app. Now I'm seeing the audio lag. Listen to me. I'm going to reset. While I reset, go to my profile, click on the YouTube link, go to my YouTube, subscribe. I would beg you to watch this show on YouTube. I'm also streaming it here, okay? Okay. Okay. The reason that it's better is because, for example, here's an example, okay? Y'all probably want to see the National Archive, right? You probably are like, hey, has South Dakota certified? Yeah, and it's got that weird shit written on red on the back. It's like the South Dakota state motto, and it says, under God, the people rule, or whatever. And we think that's kind of a sign. Here's the problem. You cannot see the fucking link. I just posted a link in the fucking chat, and it's hidden here. So you didn't even get it. And nobody ever says anything like, hey, you said you posted a link and I didn't even get it. Instead, if you would just go to YouTube, you can actually see the link I posted and you could just click it. And you could just go there. And instead of having to hold, copy, go to another place, paste, like you don't have to do that. Okay? Okay? And that's my goal is to convert my audience. Okay? Go to up here to my bio. In my bio is a link to YouTube. It's also in my link tree. Okay? Yeah, there's no violations. There's no resetting shit. You ain't got to worry about all that. Oh, shit. Sorry. I was like a weirdo here. Okay? Okay, we're going to try to get our violation so we can justify reset. So, again, what I was saying was people keep asking me, how does this go down? And I got this story out of the TikTok shop. But my thought process is that first of all, I think that some shit goes down on the 19th. I already spoke on the 18th is the volatile day. Yes. Kyle Rittenhouse. That's what I think when I think about the 18th. And I'm sorry, and I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm just trying to be realistic about shit and say like if anything bad is going to happen, it's on the 18th, and I'm thinking about people that don't look like me. I think that's fair. Okay? But now on the 19th, that's like the 30-day mark. The way I perceive Executive Order 13848 is that in Section 1A, it says within 45 days of every election, every relevant agency will produce a report to, and keep in mind, I'm not reading that shit. This is off the top of the fucking dome. You ain't getting that anywhere the fuck else. That's fucking sure. Okay? What it says is that they have to produce a report to all the heads of state, like 45 days. Bobby, let me answer your question. So let me interrupt what I was saying to answer your question. Donald Trump has the brain of a fourth grader and dementia. That motherfucker doesn't know where he is right now. Savvy? That motherfucker forgets what happened at holes 1, 2, and 3 when he's teeing off on the 4th. Do you understand? He has no fucking clue. He gets drugged up. And goes and gives his speeches, and then he passes out on McDonald's and shit, which drives his blood sugar level up to the point where it knocks him unconscious. Ask me how I know. If I eat enough straight sugar, I gotta pass out too. Okay? That's one of the craziest things about this whole time is like he wakes up every day and I'm like, no fucking way. Nah, I don't understand that shit. Okay? So, we're trying to get our restrictions so we can restart. So, what I had said was, somebody said, how do we get justice? Right? And I'd said, it's Kamala Harris's job to I believe, like, turn over the election and give Donald Trump the presidency. I'm pretty sure that's how that goes. And so, like I'd said, on election day, walks up to a fucking stage and just is like, "You're not eligible for the fucking job, Don. Like, what the fuck? Like, so this election's over. Like, you have to. Technically, it's like you have to concede. Like, you can't take office, and neither can JD Vance, and you didn't win." Here's the real results. And like everybody, oh my God. And she's like, look at the real result. They put it up on a big screen behind her and she beat his ass. All over the place. Like it was not close anywhere. Anywhere. Remember I told you about the map on election night and it had all arrows to the right and was like the entire country went to the right? And I was like, no, the fuck it didn't. No, the fuck it did not. Tick shop shop, TikTok shop, TikTok shop. And so my thought process is a month out from the election, the ODNI, the FBI, Joe Biden all came out with a joint statement and said, we're expecting interference. They came out 4 days before the election, same people, were expecting interference. Did you think they just were selling that to tell you that? Hey, Russia's going to try to buy this election. Okay. So to act like the Democrats didn't know this was going to happen and don't know that this has happened, that's insanity to me. What are you fucking talking about? And then the other thing is when people are like, why haven't the Democrats said anything? Same answer. What the fuck are you talking about? In my eyes, Georgia, Romania, Ukraine, Finland, Germany, France, Venezuela, all of them are our allies. All have had election issues, are gonna have election issues. And you think that, for the record, my favorite thing is Joe Biden goes to Romania and a week later they redo their election. What the fuck? Do you know what he was doing? He was helping smaller countries with lower populations challenge election results through a legal system that we helped them build so that they could set the course for democracy. And so I'd ask you, sorry, I don't know what it is in my mouth. Stranger dick. Anyway, that was a joke. That was a terrible joke. I'm sorry. It was like fuzzy, but like, where the fuck did that come from? So yeah, so when the Democrats don't say anything, it was fucking hilarious. When Democrats don't say anything and people are getting incensed, look at the prosecution of election crimes document. Understand that if a Democrat goes to a podium and says, "They fucking cheated! Ah! Get them!" and runs off the stage, they now become the target of political violence. Do you understand how that goes? So that's any Democrat. And TikTok Shop has plenty of options for you of people willing to do that. For the record, there are plenty of people out here totally willing to run to a microphone. They cheated! We're all gonna die! Ah! Yes. No shit. No shit at all. None. You want it to happen. I know that you do. I know you do. You ask about it all the fucking time. It's literally the most asked question. It's not driving me crazy. It's hilarious. It's hilarious to me. Why aren't they saying anything? Like, you just, what? You fucking moron? Go read the prosecution of election crimes document. It literally says it is wholly unprofessional. It's literally like unbecoming of a political like candidate or an elected official to speak out during an election. Why? Because it may chill voters. It makes people less likely to participate in the voting process. And that's the biggest problem. For the record, I don't know that I disagree because I don't know that I have all the math. Okay? So the biggest problem, according to the prosecution of election crimes document, is that they don't want to chill voters. So let's talk about what that means. For the record, bomb threats for sale at the TikTok shop is do you understand why chilling voters is like the number one concern? Bomb threats? Like, do you fucking understand how that works? So, for the record, yeah, Alyssa, I know what I'm talking about. I showed my wife that video of who was that Schiff saying that shit. This is the last time I'll be at this podium, at least for a little while. The only thing that would bring me back is an unexpected event in the next few, like what could fucking possibly happen in the next few days? Jake Sullivan. Sorry. Who is that person? Let's make sure somebody did their homework. Who's Jake Sullivan? Thank you. National Security Advisor. So, here's what I would ask the class. This is a learn live. There's a reason white men do not last long in this chat. Okay? This is a learn you something. Okay? If you're the National Security Advisor and there was nothing happened in this election, and you're the National Security Advisor, do you say the last sentence at all? Did you hear what I said? If you're Jake Sullivan, you're the National Security Advisor, and there was nothing wrong with this election at all, do you say, I mean, the only thing that would bring you back is an unexpected event in the next few days, which, as you all know, is totally possible given everything you've seen over the course of the past years. Do you think he says that if there's nothing on the fucking radar at all? Do you think he would have fucking done that? Like, he's the fucking National Security Advisor. If there was nothing, absolutely nothing on the fucking horizon, does he say the last sentence? If it was just going to be smooth fucking sailing, would he have fucking said? Why would you say that? It's a it's a fucking breadcrumb. It has been this whole time. The Democrats can't say anything. Hey, guess who else can't say anything? Any fucking heads of state. Any heads of state. Nobody. Nobody should be coming out and saying shit. Not a soul. Nobody should be going to any podiums. The moment someone goes to a podium, dead ass, and is like, they cheated all over the country. We're all going to die. And like runs off stage. That's a problem. That somebody just violated, like, oh my God, rules, laws, like can't. No, national security, international security. This is the most tight-lipped I've heard the powers that be ever. Ever. Where's the ODNI? Also, the VPay's email, she's been very active on the internet. So out here giving us hope. Oh, they can't say anything. Anything. Okay, TikTok mom, you're gonna have to go up to my profile, click on YouTube, and go to YouTube. If we have an issue with sound, I'm not gonna sit closer to it. That's the whole point, is to flip people to YouTube. Mm-hmm. And I'm wearing a headset. I'm wearing a headset with a microphone. It's built in. It's right here. You can hear it rubbing up. It's over here. You can hear that? Yeah. It's right here. Okay. So, there's a reason I'm so animated about it. When I'm like, what do you want them to do? Run to a microphone and be like, oh my God, they fucking, it's horrible. People are gonna die. You know what I mean? Like, if they did that shit, oh my God, that would cause civil unrest. Right there. All they have to do is walk to a podium one time. They cheated. All hell breaks loose. What they need is they need someone not affiliated with American politics to intervene here. So you keep asking, why did not Donald Trump, fuck, I fucked it up. So who will break this news? Probably NATO. So understand, January 3rd, so that was what, 11 fucking days ago? The U.S. mission to NATO tweeted Article 5. They tweeted out Article 5. You want to see it? Can you not suspend your disbelief? Right? People, you guys have been painting Donald Trump into office on the 20th, but when someone tells you, hey, on January 3rd, NATO, U.S. mission to NATO posted about Article 5. Okay? Okay? So understand that after the DOJ drops charges, then we can talk. And you know what I learned today? Sanctions precede indictments. Just so everybody understands. I'll say it again for everyone being like, ain't nothing gonna fucking happen. Sanctions precede indictments. And you know who said that? You know who said that? You know who said that? Isn't it hot? It's hot, right? It was like, ooh, that sounded really good, Jared. Who said that? Kamala. Kamala Harris did. Yeah. She said that. Okay. Sanctions precede indictments. See, what you do is you cut off their money. What you do is you make it real hard for them to move around. So you pin them down, and then you strike. And like I've told you, justice is slow. It's slow. It doesn't come fast. Somebody says, why would Article 5 be in question? Do you know why you get to Article 5? Here, I'll tell you. When Russia launched an ICBM out of the TikTok shop, do you remember that? You remember how Vladimir Putin came out of the TikTok shop and he was like, this is just a test. Do you remember that? And it failed, and it only went like 300 miles, and it I think it killed, it unalived like 15, right? When or something like that. Do you remember that? Yeah, it landed in Romania, where they were already using bombs, right? Bombs, the ones you get out of the TikTok shop. She said you could totally. Oh, honey, you have no fucking idea. I'll turn this shit upside down. I'll have you motherfuckers speaking in tongue. You know, have no fucking. We'd have a whole fucking language cooked up in a fucking week. What are you talking about? Okay, have I told you what TikTok did for me? TikTok revived my affinity for Cajun Creole, like Cajun French. If you watched Wolverine, like Deadpool versus Wolverine, a lot of things are starting clicking in your brain. We're like, this motherfucker's, yes, Cajun French. There's a Cajun French teacher on fucking TikTok. I watch every video and I go back and watch his shit and fucking, oh yeah. I think that would be fucking great to do my entire podcast in Cajun French and everybody knows what I'm saying except who fucking speaks Cajun French? Like the fuck? But your entire audience would have to learn it. Act of war on a NATO member. So what did I just tell you? Article 5, Article 4, 5, NATO is when you used mixed munitions on a NATO ally. That is an act of war. Straight out of the TikTok shop. Yeah, so what happens? Article 4, Article 5, and then the presidential powers include the use of wartime powers. And so what ends up happening is it just suspends the current administration and election, and there's a thorough investigation over the result. And then eventually, when they figure out who the real winner was, they get seated into office. And that's the whole point, for the record. I'm telling you, the fucking TikTok shop's got it all. Okay? The whole reason to have this sort of is to create like distrust in the U.S. election system. So understand that Vladimir Putin doesn't care what the result is. Okay? So yeah, understand he's not eligible for the job. Understand he's not eligible for the job, that there's no further action required. Okay? He had an opportunity to apply for amnesty from the 14th Amendment, Article 3, before he was elected, and he did not do that. And I believe he had up until Christmas to actually do that, and he didn't do that. He apparently, if you talk TikTok, it's like lowering your threat. So if any of you ever played a video game with threat mitigation built into it, and that means that an exclamation point appeared above their head, right? So one of the ways you can mitigate a threat is by, yeah, just threw up a bomb, and like one of the ways, like fuck, there was a ton of them. What was the game where you're solid snake? Why does my brain do that? God. Metal Gear. If you play Metal Gear Solid, they had like threat acknowledgement mitigation, right? So not only you get close enough, they fucking little exclamation point pops above their head, and they start fucking looking around, and the color starts to fill in on the exclamation point until it turns yellow. Now they're looking in your direction, right? Like, so that's the whole thing, that if you're the Democrats and you know the rules of the game, you don't say anything. Because here's what's happening. the fucking MAGA are throwing it all on the line. They're telling exactly who they are, exactly what they're gonna do to you. You know who funded it, you know who done it, all that shit. They're flaunting it in front of your fucking face. The funny thing is, the people that stand to benefit from it the most are holding their fucking breath, hoping they get away with the shit. Donald Trump, JD Vance, specifically, dead ass quiet. I've said they're fucking patsy. I've said they're patsy the entire time. I didn't say shit about Merrick Garland going back to The Hague. Jack Smith, maybe. Jack Smith lives in the Netherlands. But yeah. So, people are like, oh my God, what's going to happen? And it's like, there are so many days between now and the 20th that's hilarious. That's how I really feel. Like, there are people bent the fuck out of shape right now, and it's like, Honey Bear, I don't even know what's happening by the end of the day. Like, I would be surprised if he fucking lives to get inaugurated. Not only is he not eligible for the job, but I'm super. How does he keep waking up? Fuck. Let's see. What does The Hague do? The Hague, the International Criminal Court, which is housed at The Hague, okay, they investigate crimes against humanity. Things like genocide, war crimes, things that you get out of the TikTok shop, right? Specifically straight west of Alaska. It's a large land mass. It looks like U.S. and Asia mixed together. It's like really lazy naming. What? Russia looks like U.S. and Asia. It looks like really lazy naming. Nobody thought that was fucking hilarious. Oh my God. You're all fired. That was like the best thing I've ever. Oh, whatever. I'm moving on. I don't even want you to laugh now. But The Hague, what The Hague does is they prosecute crimes when democracies fail to do so. So, hell yeah. One of the ways that The Hague works is when your democracy doesn't. Bump. Yeah. So when you and the thing about it is like people don't listen. I told you exactly what was going to happen. Kamala Harris, I think, is the one that's supposed to like hand the keys over, right? So she walks up to the podium and she's like, "Hey, listen. There's 8 people here for Donald Trump. There's like 30 million people here for me." Dramatic fucking earpiece drop. Donald Trump is not fucking eligible to be president, and when you voted for Donald Trump and JD Vance together. And she explains this. Like, so not only is he not eligible per the 14th Amendment Article 3, but the 12th Amendment, right? It's the 12th Amendment. The 12th Amendment ties them together. And then she's like, and then the 20th Amendment, it does this. And then the 16th Amendment, it does this. And as a result of all that, I'm the queen, bitch. And just like puts the fucking crown on, or what, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? It's not like there's a ring ceremony. It's not like she gets a wand, and all of the earth is just painted in ice, and every bitch has got glitter on them now. Like, none of that is real. Like, it's a somber time. It's a fucking, we look like shit right now. That's what it really fucking is. And there's no, to me, it's like rip the Band-Aid off, bitch. Everybody knows he cheated. Like, let's get this fucking party start. The fucking lights keep dimming when I'm getting to the exclamation points. It's starting to freak me the fuck out. If I'm just being serious, like every time I get a little hyped up, the fucking lights start to dim. Like the angels are telling me, shut the fuck up. They're not cheering me on. They're threatening to turn the lights off. I think it just depends on who announces this. I could see it being Lloyd Austin, actually, SecDef. It's important to remember on January 9th, your spirit guides are agreeing. Wait, if they're threatening to turn the fucking lights off, wouldn't they have made the lights more bright? Y'all fucking confuse me. We want angels and fucking spirit guides and shit. Y'all need to figure the fuck out. This is what I need. Now the sun's brightening in the fucking background. See that? That tells me like good. Do y'all understand? Like y'all sending mixed messages. There's a reason I have a real problem with faith, and there's a reason every video game ever I have to play the character with no faith, because I'm like, no, faith is a fucking joke, and the more you invest in faith, the less you're invested in everything the fuck else. And then what happens? Tell me what happens at the end. What happened? What happened in Elden Ring? Let's talk about it. What happened in the end of Elden Ring? What'd you fucking figure out in the end of... I'll tell you what I figured out in the fucking end of Elden Ring. Faith. Yeah, that's what the fuck happened. Faith. God damn it. So like I said, this is going to be a long fucking week. I don't know. I'm an atheist too. Well, here's what I've decided. As a result of my experience, my life experience, I've decided not only am I an atheist, but I'm a delusional atheist. I can talk to all of your gods for you. I could just do it for you. Like I'll just talk to him for us. We did that. We did this before. We prayed for fire. We prayed for rain. I'm sorry, I said that wrong, and it sounded worse. That made it sound like I did the LA fires thing by talking to the gods. We actually were praying for rain. Angels are higher beings we cannot see on different planes of existence. So I don't believe in any of that stuff, but I believe very much in I believe more in things like reincarnation. I think if you did really good, like Jimmy Carter reincarnated as a person and he gets to do it all over again. They're like, you did so good, you get to run it back. So he's having Kamala is officially Madam President. Open a gifted wine bought from Italy to celebrate. Yeah. So yeah, and again, no, I don't think anybody knows what's going to happen because there's too many days between here and the 20th. Like there's so much thing. You gonna come back as a house cat. So you're gonna cry and miss your kiddo. No, you're not. No, you're not. If you're a good person, you get reincarnated, and the better person you are, the closer you roll to like your whatever you were in this life. Like you can get back to that and start over, but like you had to do it all right. If you're like a shit person, you come back as single ply toilet paper. Even when my dogs barked. In somebody's house that has like chronic diarrhea. And you just groundhog day that. So if you're a shit person, you just come back as single ply toilet paper and you infinitely get reincarnated as single ply toilet paper over and over and over, and the same guy buys you at the same shitty store. And fucking he's like, he don't even buy the whole package. He's like stealing shit, and like that's the life you get to live. He eats like shit. He eats like stovetop and fucking stofers. He's eating fucking lasagna for like 7 fucking days. His guts are fucking destroyed, and you are fucking single ply toilet paper. Donald Trump, Elon Musk, BB, Vladimir Putin. Whole bunch of motherfuckers under them that committed fucking war crimes. JD Vance, single ply fucking. Every time you ever go into a bathroom and have to use single ply toilet paper, I want you to see all these fucking horrible people and be like, this very smart person told me I don't ever want to have another conversation about motherfucking aliens because that shit's not real. But we could talk about reincarnation. We could talk about my thoughts on reincarnation because there's actually scientific evidence suggesting reincarnation's real. There's absolutely nothing scientific at all about aliens. But we could talk about some reincarnation. We could talk about that. We could talk about that. Okay. And there are lesser forms of filth. So there's some people out here arguing like there are worse things to be than constantly reincarnated as single ply toilet paper and being bought by the same dude, except he lives in like a single wide by himself. He drinks fucking Bush Light and fucking eats Stofers. You know what I mean? Like just a rough. That's rough on single ply. And again, I'm just saying, like really, really awful people. That's what you just get reincarnated. Is that over and over and over again? Shitler. Yeah. Yep. So they said I got people already saying like she said pretty much all the divorced middle-aged men in rural North Dakota. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've even said there's some shit going on. Unicorn D said, "Hi, what did I miss?" Well, it depends if we start at the beginning or the end, friend. Um, that's it's a tough one. I don't think starting where we are is. We were talking about how you could be reincarnated and how Jimmy Carter got to start over as a real boy, like fucking Pinocchio, and how you know, bad people come back as single ply toilet paper. That yeah. Mhm. Yeah, well, cuz I'm saying like there's no evidence for aliens, but there's like some compelling evidence for reincarnation. Absolutely. Mhm. They find all the time that yeah, single ply. Mhm. Heather Williams says energy is neither created nor destroyed, therefore reincarnation must exist. Yeah. I feel like I've lived 1,000 lives in my lifetime. I'm a gamer though, right? And I have absolutely no problem fucking starting over. It doesn't bother me at all. You just get an opportunity to have like a better run, you know? It improves your overall game like enjoyability when repeating your run and being better and smoother and it feeling like you feel so much more experienced and less challenged and more like you're the powerful wizard, Harry. Um yeah, sorry. If the audio on TikTok is stressing you, go to the link in my bio, click on my YouTube channel, go to YouTube where you can listen to the headset instead and never have that complaint again. Also, when I post links in the chat, you'll be able to click on them instead of fumble around and try to catch it and copy it and then go to another app and paste and all that shit. You can just come over here to YouTube. Savvy? So you'll never have that problem again. Okay? So yeah, people and it's inevitable as a group of people gets to know their leader, they'll be like, okay, what's your like religious beliefs? And arrogant atheist is where I landed. hmm There's no God, but since you're gonna jam your faith down my throat anyway, I believe in all of them, and I can talk to all of them. Imshi Udeki. Just started Red Dead Redemption. Red Dead Redemption and Red Dead Redemption 2 might be best two games best two games in a game series if it's not The Last of Us. Okay? So if I can make recommendations, obviously to women, you want to feel like a badass. The Last of Us and The Last of Us 2. Um, just got to say before the boss battle last time. Oh my god. And then Red Dead Redemption's really good too. But I think ultimately, if you start down that path, you're gonna end up at Grand Theft Auto 5, and I don't fucking blame you. I thought that story was great. I've played every Grand Theft Auto. I play the story. I've never got into RP anything, mostly because men are intolerable bigots, and like if you show bigotry of any kind, I literally like I can't be friends with you. So it's like difficult to make friends because like almost everyone's a bigot, right? That's just a fact. Like everybody has like some dumb shit that's gonna come out of their mouth every now and then. You found out what my dumb shit is. Is that I call somebody said I love Undead Nightmare a lot too. And that's Red Dead Undead Nightmare, right? You're talking about like that was like a add-on for Red Dead Redemption. I was a big Call of Duty, always like umpteenth prestige Call of Duty. I haven't been playing it as much at all. I started playing Path of Exile, and that shit's fucking insane. Um, ever since I played the original Path of Exile and like played Righteous Fire Chieftain just to get to maps and shit and like figure out the game, best gaming experience ever. Who doesn't like a constant aura when you run around that just incinerates everything before it touches you? It's fucking awesome. You don't have to. You just walk around. Everything dies. It's great. I got it out of the TikTok shop. Yeah, it was fantastic. So playing a lot of that before PoE and PoE 2. Now it was Elden Ring, and is a PoE nerd over. Oh, total fucking PoE nerd. Like I PoE 2, I have a character in every class over like level 20. Like I'm not in a hurry at all. At all. At all. There is absolutely no reason for me to rush in PoE 2 at all. I'm not in a fucking hurry. I look at the intricate details of map design. That's what I'm doing. I'm like squinting and looking at like, oh yeah, the leaves are blowing in the wind in a fucking ARPG. And it's not like breaking down the fucking game and making it unplayable. That's wild. Really impressed with, and the thing about it is, I'm trying not to get too far into PoE 2 because there's like a massive update coming. So it's like I get deterred from getting deeper into a game because I'm like, oh, now this fucking insane update's about to come out and change the entire fucking way this goddamn game plays, which for the record, it desperately needs. So again, it needs help. I did Destiny. No. Here's what I say: Destiny 2 and Destiny's like end game and shit. Uh, I've done that already. It sucks. Warframe. Uh, GTA 6 would be awesome. GTA 6 gonna be the shit. Um, it's a game made by gamers for gamers. Come on, man. I thought Titanfall was better. Somebody's about to not be my friend. That's for fucking sure. People can't handle the video game talk. They want to talk about Jack Smith. They want somebody else to have read 175 pages and just tell you what it is. Like, dude, Donald Trump is a fucking horrible person that undermined democracy, got fucking caught, got investigated by the greatest attorney of all time, Jack Smith. Do you understand that's a fucking Harvard law grad that worked for the fucking Hague? Like he worked for the International Criminal Court? My thing was I read the report from October yesterday, so when I read this report, I was like, I know that, I know that, I know that. I didn't know that conversation happened. I know that, I know that, I know that. Oh, I didn't know that conversation fucking happened. I'm here that, I'm that. Oh, I know that fucking conversation. Yeah, so what the difference in my eyes between October 2nd in this report was that on October 2nd's report there was a bunch of redacted shit and it made it a harder read. You just couldn't really you weren't really learning much. You were a lot of the circumstances were being set up for you and you were able to like read through like what the fuck is really going on here. This shit from today can't be ignored. Yeah, thank you, fucking Pix. She's in my brain. I'm telling. That's one of my moderators. She's inside of my head. Did you hear like it appeared on my page as it came out of like, and we're not wrong. We're not wrong. President of court resigned today. I see where you're going. Yeah. Yeah. So the thing about an unredacted report from Jack Smith on Donald Trump today, it like you got to look at it. It's like a car crash. It's like a car. It's like we've watched a car crash in slow motion, and here's how it's arrived. It arrived in the form of an unredacted report from Jack Smith on Donald J. Trump. It's heavily fucking incriminating. Charges like sanctions, report release, indictment, like what what is Vladimir Putin and Russia out of the TikTok shop? Yeah. Yeah. Out of the TikTok shop. Congress is duty bound. I gotta think. I don't think you can impeach him. Can you impeach him before he's in office? So I don't think you can impeach him. So I don't think Congress can do anything, but they can pass their recommendations onto the DOJ. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. Because people are wondering, like, we saw the report. The report was released to the public, but who else saw that report, right? So I think that's and it's sad that there aren't that many people here. This is really like the meaty part of the conversation. It fucking sucks you're not here. Okay. I hope you all went over to YouTube. There are 28 people in there and 36 is, hey, more people need to go up here, click my YouTube link, go and sit in this chat over here where there's less people and the stream never gets interrupted. Okay. Yep. It says if Justin wasn't delayed, it would have been conviction based on evidence. Okay. The report lays out every reason why he doesn't qualify. And it's unignorable. It's not no witch hunt shit. It's got sources. It names names. It is not redacted. He had conversations with him, her, them, and they, and did this, that, and that, and this is the time it happened, and the da 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 da, and it's very telling you this is what happened. He's fucking guilty. Were it not for him being elected president, and he's not eligible for the fucking job. Finn. So straight out of the TikTok shop. He's not eligible for the job. The report is it's in your face. There's nothing. What are you going to say? What are you going to say? It's a witch hunt? The fuck out of here. Donald Trump wanted to deport him. He wanted to deport the guy. So, again, I think that somewhere between now and the 20th, some shit's about to pop off. Especially now that that report came out and it got sent to Congress, and now it's a time to call your state representatives. Hello? Can you hear me? I was wondering if after all these years you'd like to speak. Anyway, we'll go over. Anyway. Everything. Anyway, so I forgot the words. Yeah. And here's the thing. One of the things that we have to understand is that if and here's the way I perceive this, and I want to be told when I'm wrong. Okay? Oh yeah. International help will arrive, we can handle it. There's trust. We're in good hands. You got to remember who's in charge, whose administration's in charge, who's in charge of the military, who's in charge of the feds right now, right? And think about whose side who should really be on. They should be unbiased, right? I want to make sure we understand that the military and the feds should be unbiased. They should not. They should be apolitical, okay? But we're talking about people who have committed massive amount of crime and people who have stayed quiet and let an investigation take place and not gotten in front of a camera and been like, "Ooh, they cheated. Look at smart elections. Look at their data." Ah, like if AOC starts getting on the Something's Wrong 2024 app and starts making content like I'm making, oh my god. Ah, dude, AOC becomes a target. So there's absolutely no common sense in saying they cheated, there was election fraud and interference if you're an elected official. Don't say a fucking word, and that's straight from the TikTok shop. Okay? I'm here because I sense that the leadership of us is largely stupid fucking people. I'm fortunate that I have people that work for me that are super fucking smart, and like hopefully one day we go crazy and that we got to pay them, right? That's hopefully they're betting on something's gonna fucking fly here. I'm hoping it fucking does. I hope somebody gives us a big ass production budget and says give each of the members of the Matriarchy $100,000 and fucking produce a fucking real show. We're already doing that. We are producing a real fucking show. Okay. If he does make it to January 20th, I think we need to realize help will arrive. Yeah, there's absolutely no motherfucking way that he gets inaugurated. He's not eligible for the job. But should it make it to that spot, the majority of close people to that spot are going to want it to go the way it goes. Again, one of the things that I have to keep saying, Donald Trump and Elon Musk are not nearly as popular as they think they are. I want to keep saying it. Donald Trump and Elon Musk are not nearly as popular as they think they are. Okay? Warnock is sick of me. Yeah. I think, I think they've done too much. You know what I mean? Crazy. Yeah, no matter what, don't give up. Like you got to understand it. If you give up, they just get their way. That's the way I think about it. Like you can't give up because if we just roll over at this point, it ends at this point, right? You have to fight the whole time. I think here's the way I think. They ready for this? Even if Donald Trump does by some fucking miracle get inaugurated, which I can't see fucking happening, I can't see it happening. I still cannot see it happen until it fucking does. Right? He's not eligible for the job. He didn't sign any of the paperwork. Oh, and in the interest of being accurate, because we've literally said, how do you explain it? And it's like the 14th Amendment, Article 3 is the violation. You elect president, vice president as a pair per the 12th Amendment. This takes you to the fucking, is it the 20th? The 20th, and the 20th says the inauguration must happen at January 20th at noon. Not all of it. And some of it had to be amended. And I always thought that was funny. They were going to do less intensive FBI background checks. And it's like, really? Do you believe that? You believe in a less intensive FBI background check? I got some shit to sell you. I don't think he and Mike Johnson had shit. I think it was their little secret was what's his name? Patrick Byrne. He had been locked up, he got let go. He went straight to Putin. He was Putin's little dog. Helped crack Venezuela's election. The CEO, Smartmatics, owned by which was a majority owner of ES&S and Dominion. So Elon Musk hires Patrick Byrne, who showed him proof of concept by breaking into the Venezuela's elections, and Elon Musk just bought that fucking capability and weaponized it for the U.S. election system, and it's an algorithm-based cheat, and people have already reverse engineered it. That's the stupid thing about Elon Musk not passing a U.S. government course is that before the feds ever come out and say we caught your ass, regular ass people were like, we figured out the code. Dogs are starting to bark. Okay, you know what time it is. So hey, remember we start every. Yeah, I feel like we want to make sure we say inauguration's happening January 20th at noon. Dramatic earpiece drop. Okay, that means something's going the fuck down on January 19th. Okay. In the interest of accuracy. So yeah, now is the time, by the way, to contact your representatives, representatives, and tell them about all the interference and all of the smart elections data. Talk about the Russian tail. People have written form letters for you to use. Okay, so there's definitely a way forward. Again, I'm not advocating for violence. I'm not telling you to protest. Stay at home in your little TikTok shop. Okay? But what you can definitely do is make some phone calls. Yeah, you can make some phone calls. Ah, civic and election integrity. What? I got banned on fucking TikTok. Okay. Because it feels weird about you on TikTok. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say here Here's a link you can just click, and it's way better, right? You get the songs before and after the show, and instead of having to complete 15 steps, there's Eat the Rich, and sucks. It's hilarious though. We got banned on TikTok for saying, I don't think I said anything crazy. Okay.